Welcome to the Entrepreneur for Life podcast. It's your man Armageddon, aka Get Money. Hey, thank you. You're far too kind. Oh, you just want to keep shitting me up. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Sit down. Have a seat. First off, I just want to say thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I'm so delightful that you guys even care to check me out. Secondly, this title of this podcast is called Why the Hell Haven't I Used This Equipment Before? All right. And so if you're new to my channel, basically, I like to do a lot of travel videos. I like to do a lot of vlogging. I like to do some documentation, some experimental stuff. I used to do a lot of music videos. Lately, I haven't been posting a lot, but I've been trying to get back into it. I also do a lot of live poetry sets. I love poetry. So that's one of the things I'm documenting on my YouTube channel. But I've always wanted to do like a little introspective podcast with the people who watch and check me out. And I have this podcast equipment, but I've never really used it for such, where it was just me. I've used it before on my Entrepreneur for Life series where, I'm new to this. I didn't even mute my phone. Anyway, let's mute that. I have used it before when I'm interviewing people, for one-on-one conversations. I have a Zoom mixer, say like an 8-channel mixer. I love it on the go. You guys want to learn more about it, I'll tell you. And then I got this cool mic, and then I kind of got, some lights, and I got the Osmo Pocket and a few other things that I've been kind of putting together for my own little podcast. And I've just been looking at that stuff. I don't know if you guys got that problem where you just buy stuff and you test it out once and then you just look at it. I got that problem bad. I got a lot of stuff that I need to utilize more. So this is one of them. And this is my little podcast set. It's a DIY, do-it-yourself kind of podcast in a space that my lady and I are using for some content creation. And I ain't talking OnlyFans. I'm talking social media content and just creative stuff. She's into fashion. I'm into the arts. And we have this extra space. It's also a workout space in our home. I believe in just really maximizing the space, especially when you're renting, getting the most out of the place. And that's what we do. So we use it as a workout space. We use it as a changing clothes space. And we also use it as a content creation space. So depending on how this will look, maybe you'll see it more. You might see it grow. You might see it develop into something different. But a lot of these pieces I just got piece by piece along the way, and I guess that's kind of what I want to talk about is like how to get started. And my first piece of advice is just get started. Like, I could easily use my cell phone and just start talking to you guys. And I've done that before, but eventually you want to do your research and find, some decent equipment that you can get started with. I wouldn't be intimidated by the prices. I would just start buying stuff you like and stuff you've researched as being good for you. And if it doesn't work, just get something else. Like, don't put a lot of pressure on it, because eventually you'll find the right stuff, whether it's the right mic, the right mixer, the right lights. And I feel like it's a ongoing, continuous process. Like, nobody has the right stuff. When you think you got it all figured out, that's when you don't. So I'm also starting a new series on YouTube, which you guys will see more of. It's called Behind the Tables, and it's a vlog of my journey DJing, and that's going to basically document me before and after each gig and give you a chance to check out like what it is I do, how I do it, how I book gigs, how I get gigs, how I set up at gigs, the equipment I use, the equipment I test out, the equipment I prefer. I give you a chance, just a behind the scenes look at what it means to be a DJ for me. I've been a DJ for many years now. I was actually a DJ for a few years in college to make some extra money, and then I put it down for a while, and I began or continued doing event promotions, but I would hire DJs because I never professed to be like the best DJ or got in this to be the best DJ. I just love music, and I love creating a vibe for people, and I love throwing events. So What happened is over time I was booking a lot of DJs, throwing a lot of events, some successful ones, some unsuccessful. If you're a promoter in the business, you'll lie if you ain't never had a unsuccessful event. But a lot of good ones, more good ones than bad. And I would pay all these DJs week after week. Good friends of mine too. I love them. Shout out to them. No shade. But I would pay them all the time, and I wasn't quite happy with the vibe I was getting. I wasn't quite happy with the blend of music. I wasn't quite happy with, you know, the change ups. It seemed too redundant, and it seemed very stuck on like a radio pop top 40 hip hop playlist, or like a real hood, gangster rap vibe, and I just wasn't too much into that. So recently, or fast forward, I stopped doing events around COVID like everybody else. I didn't have a whole lot going on. When COVID slowed down, I started reaching out to some business owners that I knew that were hurting because of the pandemic, and I offered them some ideas and opportunity to work with me, and they offered me an opportunity to work with them and in their establishment, and I made some good relationships after the pandemic and got some things rolling right away. But I decided to just DJ these events, all of them myself, because I really wanted to create a new vibe and bring something to the city that Milwaukee hasn't seen before. I like to travel. I like to, see clubs when I go to other cities, New York, Miami, Las Vegas, wherever it may be, Chicago. And I always just felt like Milwaukee was a little behind on where the music could take it in the nightlife. It wasn't very experimental. It wasn't trying new things. It wasn't like exploring some of the Caribbean and African music that I like. And so I just started, kind of piecing away at a vibe of my own that I've kind of created. Although I consider myself super versatile, I can do the hood music. I can do, jazz, hotel lobby music. I can do, Latin music. I can do just about everything, but I really enjoy spinning Afro beats, Caribbean vibes, like a reggae, hip hop, R&B mix, like a nice fusion of African music. And overall, that's kind of been my lane, so to speak, or my niche, something that I've been doing in the city that not too many other people are doing. And something that I'm really good at. So I'm having fun with it. And I'm going to take you on a journey in a new documentary called Behind the Tables. The other thing I'm going to be doing on my YouTube channel, I think, is I'm going to bring back the Entrepreneur for Life podcast, where I sit and talk to people one-on-one, similar in this way, and just discuss, what it's like being an entrepreneur. But also, I'm going to start to show you guys some of the equipment that I've been using. So I know it's not the fanciest stuff, and it's not the most expensive stuff, and I don't have any sponsors sending me stuff, but people have been asking me about the equipment I use, the mixer I use, the mics I use. I'm going to try to do some stuff to go over that. And then lastly, I'm going to add some of my archival video. I've been doing video for a long time, since I was a kid, and had a big VHS camcorder on my shoulder. I'm going to be digitizing and releasing some of these like really rare archival videos from old hip hop clubs in Milwaukee, like Ty Joe's and Onopa, and different venues where like I got some rare Milwaukee hip hop, like Black Elephant, Boot Camp, Taste MCs, just like all these archival hip hop, which most of y'all probably don't know about, but Milwaukee had a really strong, has a pretty strong hip hop scene since like the late 80s, early 90s. So I'm excited. I have a lot of that video because I was a documentarian for a long time, so I'll be sharing some of that. If there's anything you want to see on the page, things you want to me to focus on, let me know. I'm still open. I haven't reached my 1,000 subscribers yet, so it'll help a lot if you subscribe, if you're watching this video, and if you see my other content and you just stumble on this video, hit me with a subscribe. I'm growing this channel. I'm excited about growing this channel. I'm taking feedback, and I'm just gonna experiment with it and have some fun and be a little more consistent. So thanks for welcoming me back to the channel, because I feel like I've been away from my own channel. Like, thanks for welcoming me back, and thanks for I don't know, rocking with me, man. I appreciate y'all. So peace and love. It's your man Gideon. I'll be dropping some more videos soon. This is kind of just this is a test, a test. Much love, y'all. Appreciate it. Peace and love.